You see, you have no discipline. Let me give you my definition of discipline. Let me give you my quick definition of discipline. You have a goal that you want. You say, you've done the work, you've thought about it, you write it down, you've gone through, you made a plan, and you say, this is what I really, really want, this next thing in my life. Whatever it is, you want to bring this next thing into your life, this is what you really want. And it doesn't actually have to be an object, it could be a skill, it could be anything. Okay, here's what discipline is, my definition. When you can turn everything else off and put 100% of your time, energy, and money towards that thing that you've decided you wanted. That is what discipline is. When you can turn every single other thing off. Now, your friends are going to go to the bar on Friday night and drink beer and chase women. And that right there decides whether you want your thing or not. See, true, pure discipline. Pure discipline is saying, I'm not going down there with my friends and drink beer. I'm going to stay home and use my discipline to obtain the thing I want. Now let me tell you, life in general, this is a hard truth, life in general rewards no one standing on the middle of the fence. If you're kind of hot and kind of cold, sometimes you work on it, sometimes you go out and play. Life will never reward such a person. Life does not reward that kind of a person. No. You see, your friends are out having fun. If you really want this item, now I'm just giving you my definition of discipline and how to achieve anything. You will stay home. You will turn off your cable TV and stop paying $100 a month. You will stop getting a $150 a month phone bill, and you will get a card for $40 a month. You will start going through your house and selling things because you don't need them to get the thing you desire. See, discipline, my definition of discipline is when you're willing to give up everything. Now, of course, I'm not talking about normal things like your family and your children and your job. You have to have those things. But I'm talking about when you have free time. When you have free time, you're going to go to a movie. No, you're not going to go to a movie if you want the thing you want. You're going to get rid of your video games if you want to be successful. You're going to get rid of your TV and your cable TV. You're going to downsize your phone if you want to be successful. You're going to get a plan, sit down, write down your finances, and you're going to stick to them every single month, right down to the penny if you want to be successful. People who want to be successful, they exercise 1 hour every day regardless. Their friends are down there drinking beer and having fun, partying, dancing with the girls, but the person who has discipline is at home doing some sit-ups. You say, well, I don't want to live that way. Well, then you don't want the thing you claim you want. You claim you want it, but you don't want to do the work to get it. See, that's my definition of discipline, or lack of discipline. See, discipline is, that's why the Marines, the military, the Marines, that's it. That's the key to their success is discipline. And, in the Marines, when you take a couple 100,000 disciplined men and women, you can get a whole lot of stuff done every day. usually before noon too. Those guys do more before 12 o'clock in the morning than most people do their whole week. So what is my definition of discipline? Now, this is a hard lesson, and most of you will not accept it. Discipline is getting rid of everything else in your life. I mean everything. I mean everything else. Because there's something you desire more. And then you will do what it takes to obtain that thing. You know, you will not spend money on these other 8 items. You will wear your pants longer. I'm telling you, you will wear your socks till they have holes in them because you don't want to spend money until you obtain the next goal of the thing you want. You know, a lot of young people say, man, I've never even heard of anything like this. Well, it's funny, you know, when I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, they had all these self-help books and all these gurus, and they had all these people. And this is normal stuff that they talked about. Giving up everything to obtain something better for you, your wife, and your children. I'm telling you, if you know something you want is so great out there, you should easily be able to give up 10 things to obtain this one thing. Well, I'm going to end the video. That is my definition of discipline. Discipline is going out into the woods or on the beach by yourself and doing what is required to obtain the thing you want. Discipline is taking 3 years, 2 years, 1 year of your life while everybody else is out having a party. You know, you can think of like Olympians. Think of what a person who enters the Olympics gives up in their life to try to win the Olympics. Think about that. You know, think about the most successful people you know personally. I don't mean famous people. I mean people around you, the most successful people around you. Your teachers, your neighbors, your boss, you know, the people in your town. Look around this week. This week, look around. Who's the most successful people you know? They might not even know you personally. You just see them around. Who's the most successful? And then ask yourself, look at all the things this person gives up to be successful. Now that is my definition of discipline. When you're willing to stop being a crybaby and crying about all the reasons why you can't do it. And you give up everything, just start in one room and start throwing stuff out, have a garage sale, get rid of stuff, give it to the Goodwill, the Salvation Army, I don't care. Just start chucking everything out of your house. Just start getting rid of it. Downsize everything. Get all your money. Say, I'm going for this next thing. This is what I'm going to do. You know, no matter what it takes, I'm going to obtain it. Yeah. Now that's true discipline. How many people do you know have that kind of discipline? Or maybe you just have to go get an ice cream cone. Or maybe you just have to go to this next movie. Or maybe you just have to go, you know, this next new restaurant and give it a try. Or maybe you just have to buy some more knickknacks for your collection. Or maybe, well, you know, that pair of shoes or that dress is so nice, I have to have it. There's a million roads to destruction. There's a million different excuses you give yourself all the time. How bad do you want it? That's the question. That's my definition of discipline. How bad do you want it? Well, that's where it comes down to. That's when you say, well, I'm not willing to give up all that stuff to get what I think I want. I'm not willing to stop watching TV. I'm not going to give up cable, man. Hey, man, I'm not going to give up hoagie sandwiches. Well, that's up to you. If you're not willing to give anything up, then you shouldn't go around telling yourself that you want other things too, because you're only going to make yourself miserable. Then you're going to be miserable and a crying little whining baby. Seriously. So the thing is, you really don't want what you claim you want. You make a lot of claims when looking at yourself in the mirror about how great you are and how I want this, and in 2 years I'm going to become this other person, I'm going to achieve all these things. But you never do, because you don't have any discipline. You're not willing to give up everything you have. Would you be willing to get a second job, a second part-time job, to obtain your goals? I've known a lot of people that have. I knew a guy once who worked 3 jobs. He was a full-time school teacher. He worked 20 hours a week in a cafe, and he painted houses all summer long. And he owned a cleaning business, so that's 4 jobs he had to put his 3 daughters through college. And he did this for 15 years and saved all the money, and he paid cash, and all 3 of his daughters have college educations, and they're successful today. This guy was no more than 5'3" tall. And he was the nicest guy on earth. He gave everything he had to those 3 girls. I know another teacher who he wanted to get a master's degree, so he would go live in another town during the summers to get his master's degree at the university, and he would work 9 months a year, so he could go 3 months a year to take the classes. He would work 9 months a year part-time at a restaurant, plus full-time teaching, so he was a teacher. Then he worked 9 months a year, then he went to those classes. And he got a master's degree, and he increased his income by about $10,000 a year. I'm telling you, I know people that give up everything they have for their goals, for their next thing. I've known people who walk 5 miles to work one way every single day and then walk 5 miles back. I know a guy who rode a bike 3 years in a row to a job and back just to help his family. His bicycle. I know people who have made sacrifice after sacrifice after sacrifice because there was something they wanted more and something they wanted that was better than what they have right now. So, question is, then I'll end the video. What is it you really want now that we've had this talk? What is it you really want? Because the thing is, the things you claim you want, and you're never willing to do the actual work, then you really don't want those things. You just kind of want to go through life, half-ass, just kind of, just one ice cream cone to the next sandwich, to the next piece of pizza, to the next movie, to the next TV show, to the next video game, to the next bottle of beer. You just want to kind of, I just want to kind of take it easy down here. I know. That was a tough talk. Now you got to have the talk with yourself all over again after listening to this video. You need to have a serious talk with yourself. What do you actually want in life? What do you want people to say about you when you're dead? What do you really want to achieve with your time on this earth? Or do you just want to keep talking about things and making all these claims so you sound better than your actions actually are? Now let me say that. You want to sound better than your actions, A-C-T-I-O-N-S. You want to sound better, you want to look better than your actions actually are. Think about that.